Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Aaron, I heard a rumor that you got lit up by some middle schoolers
Yeah,
today.
just like a Christmas tree, you know, wasn't too. I had a lot of fun though.
That's good.
Little
for a
kids
good cause, right?
scoring goals. Yeah, my knees hurt because it seems like I was on my knees a lot. I don't know, whatever. It happens. It was one of those things. It's for a good cause.
Yeah.
They were raising money for kids' sports, so good on them. They ended up raising $400. So I'll have more on that, though, coming up in sports.
Looking forward to it. And Gerard, I also heard a rumor on the weather front that we might be seeing some white stuff in the region.
Yeah,
No.
well, we know it's coming. He says no. We've seen some already.
A little.
We're going to see some more and some more. But let's deal with right about now, because tomorrow will always be that day that we will deal with when it comes. We got to 7 today. Did sort of about 3 o'clock. For the better part of it, it's been a cloudy kind of day. The sun trying to peek out in the last hour. Humidity at 35%. The winds, generally speaking, northwest and sometimes west-northwest, anywhere from 15 to 22 kilometers an hour. And at times it did feel like 0 Celsius on the outside. And as we compare, it's a similar story across the region. The exception of the Battlefords, they got to 8 Celsius at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and enjoying some more of the sunshine. Yes, Jack did mention about it, so let me give you the heads up. Tomorrow afternoon, it looks like to the south of the city may see some of the white stuff. It's coming in from the south. In particular, let me tell you how far south. Calgary, about 5 centimeters. That's to give you a sense of how far south. Tonight, however, Cold Lake is running a 40% chance. We'll talk about all of it in the second segment.
Low income has a whole new meaning. Some families with 2 working parents are still struggling to get by because they can't make affordable housing payments. 3-bedroom living spaces cost upwards of $2,000 per month, which is too expensive for many growing families. As Lauren Pullen tells us, high prices, if they weren't enough, merely finding an open residence could be an even bigger problem.
It's a typical day for Courtney McIntyre. A stay-at-home mother of 1 with another on the way. She works nights to pay the bills while her husband is gone during the day. But along with preparing for a newborn, Courtney has another task to tackle, finding a new place to live. And that's proved to be nearly impossible given the couple's budget.
And it's not fair. We can't find anything. No 3 bedrooms, no 4 bedrooms, nothing. It's very hard.
Courtney's story is one of hundreds, all boiling down to the same problem, the lack of affordable housing in Lloydminster.
And we have been seeing rental rates creeping up.
The Lloydminster Economic Development Corporation says it's a simple case of supply and demand.
The supply hasn't changed, and that's where the issue comes. If the supply stays flat, then that means that rates go up. So hopefully we can get some increased rental units and as well some additional starters.
Reed says there's even fewer residential rentals available than there were 3 years ago. That, coupled with a lack of new rentals in the city, creates a crunch. And with fewer suites, prices can skyrocket, leaving families like the McIntyres no place to go.
Or would like to stay in town, and this town is meant for oil riggers. It's not meant for working class families. At least I believe anyway.
Reed says the only way to change is by having more suites available, which means enticing builders to develop in Lloyd.
And so it's those opportunities where Lloydminster as a community can partner with Saskatchewan or federal governments. I think that's probably where we can make the best impact.
But for Courtney and her family, time is of the essence. If they don't have a new place to live when their lease is up, they may have to uproot and move to BC.
It's frustrating, but we'll make it, hopefully.
Lauren Pullen, Newcap News.
We go now to our final candidate profile. It wasn't a tough decision for Tim McMillan to seek re-election this time around. He says working for this constituency has been an honor and hopes he can win the seat yet again. Whitney Stinson introduces us to his local campaign and the Sask Party's provincial platform.
Tim McMillan's campaign has started off with a bang. He says whoever wins the seat is going to have to be prepared to deal with a lot of local issues.
We have border issues, we have Alberta relationships, and just ongoing continuing the ongoing relationship with Alberta to ensure that we get the education that we need, the policing that we need, the healthcare that we need.
And from what address to what?
In the last election, he was able to knock on every door in Lloydminster twice. This time around, he is just as ambitious. With his campaign team, they've devised a plan to make McMillan a household name.
I'm Tim McMillan. I'm your MLA.
Okay, yeah. I think that I bring a record that I, as a local MLA, have here and serving the people of this riding, but also the record of our government over the past 4 years.
Sask Party has released a platform they claim will continue to move Saskatchewan forward with a heavy emphasis on the economy. They promise to keep taxes low and keep resource royalties stable while promoting trade in key export markets. They've also committed $2.2 billion to highway and transportation infrastructure.
4670 runs.
McMillan says there's something for everyone in their full platform.
It would be that it's a very affordable platform, that we can do it within a balanced budget, and we will do it within a balanced budget, and I don't think the other parties can commit to that.
Even if he doesn't win on November the 7th, he says he will always look back on the last 4 years fondly. He feels like he's accomplished a lot for this community, and now all he asks for is the chance to do it again.
I'm asking the people to support me, and I hope that we form the government again to continue the work that we've started.
Just going around introducing myself. I'll leave that with you.
Whitney Stinson, Newcap News.
For most people, the fall weather brings thoughts of harvest dinners to mind. And this was the case last night, where over 300 local residents brought their large appetites for the second annual Harvest Festival. Kathy Lee explains how these events are more than just a buffet for tasting.
We have cheeses that we've made on our farm from the sheep's milk.
Rhonda Zakadin is just one of many vendors set up at the annual Harvest Festival, serving up her specialty food item.
We're tasting out all of our hard cheeses that we brought with us today. We do make some soft ones throughout the summer as well. But this time of year, we've got our hard pecorinos left for eating and for aging for the rest of the year.
It's a celebration of local food, where guests get to sample savory and sweet dishes all under one roof.
We have roast goose with balsamic Saskatoon berry sauce and quinoa. We have lamb curry and a local artisan bread.
Inspired from bigger city events, Zadoric says local organizers here wanted to bring the festival closer to home.
So the idea is that we can provide an opportunity for local producers to showcase their food as well and connect with the consumers.
And according to some volunteers, it's an event that's been a hit in the past and will probably be here to stay.
This is the diversity of the crowd. Just take a look. These are families coming out to enjoy what families around our neighborhoods have done. Oftentimes in the city, we don't appreciate what goes on just outside the city.
And this one has Provence herbs in it.
In addition to promoting her produce, for Zakadin, the event gives her a chance to share a bit of cheese knowledge as well.
We wash the surface of this wheel once to twice a week at the beginning, and it's flipped and washed top to bottom with a saltwater solution.
Kathy Lee, Newcap News.